So I was kind of prepping and getting ready to shoot a video, but I noticed I had nothing planned. I didn't have a script, and usually I have a script ready like the night before, but I fell asleep last night and didn't have one ready. So I came to the Lord and I said, Lord, what do you want me to speak about today? And I came across Isaiah 65, and the specific verses that I want to speak on are verses 2 through 5. They eat the flesh of pigs and make stews with other forbidden foods. Yet they say to each other, don't come too close, or you'll defile me. I am holier than you. And I know that this is talking to a nation of Israel that's in a really rebellious state. But I see a lot of parallels of, this and the kind of like trendy, or like I see it a lot with like kids my age where claim to be so holy because, I'm a Christian. I go to this church on Mondays, and I go to this Bible study on Wednesdays, and then I go to this other church on Thursdays, and then Friday nights I'm here, and then on Sundays I go to all three services. And they talk up a big storm. They show so much in this outward facade that they say one thing with their mouth, but then their entire life just completely throws all of that out the window. I know kids personally who will come up to me and try to talk like they're giving me advice on how to live as a Christian. 5 minutes ago you were telling me about this crazy, like all this drama that happened at a party you were at, and how you were, like crazy drunk. And I don't know, like that's just kind of, I get that same vibe of I worship the Lord with my outward appearance. I worship the Lord with my attendance, but my heart doesn't reflect it in the slightest. That's the problem I see with this new trendy church age. Pretty true. It's crazy how much you see people claim to be Christians and they claim to be holy, and the title Christian just gets thrown around like a trendy shirt, or like a shirt that like everybody wears because it looks cool and because everybody else wears it, but they don't actually know what it means. This was a weird experience. I was at a church that I had never been to before, me and a couple friends, and we park in the parking lot, and like immediately I get out of the car, and the first thing I see when I turn around is like this group of girls, and they all have vapes in their hand and then Bibles in the other hands. I was like, what did I get myself into? What is this? What shows your holiness is going to be your actions more than anything. You can say one thing with your mouth, but if you don't follow it with your heart, it's just wasted oxygen. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying this to pump myself up in any way. I got a lot of work to do. I always will. But that was just kind of what I had on my heart, is a lot of people use the gospel to get, not to give. They use the gospel as a way to gain status and popularity rather than to give in the way that Jesus gave his life. And make sure you're using the gospel to give to others, to give love the same way Jesus gave to you. And make sure you're not using it as a way to get popularity. Don't be that person.